Good morning, Julia. And what we're going to be seeing for today, it's going to be windy, it's going to be dry. Now, winds not expected to be quite as strong as yesterday, but they're still going to be a big concern for us. We're also seeing very low humidity for today. High temperatures, mid to high 80s. Some areas are going to be warmer than what we saw outside yesterday. Winds sustained up to 25 miles an hour out of the north. Gusts could get to 35 miles an hour today. We've already seen a gust of around 31 miles an hour in Redding this morning, and humidity 5 to 15% for the most part this afternoon. We're starting out below 20% in Redding and Red Bluff this morning. So very dry out there early on today. Fire danger in the high to extreme range as we head through your Thursday. Now, as far as what we're seeing, that red flag warning in effect from today, right now, through 4 p.m. this afternoon. This is for areas of the valley, the foothills. This is going to be a big problem with those dry and windy conditions on the way. And getting a look at what we're expecting from those winds as we move forward. Winds are still gusting out of the north, again, up to around 35 miles an hour in the valley. Areas of the canyons of the foothills and Sierra are going to start to see some east gusts heading through this afternoon. They're going to get a little bit stronger for today. That could be problematic as well. So far, those winds have not been as strong as what we projected, and that was 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. The strongest gust has been less than 40 miles an hour in Jarbo Gap overnight, but still there is potential there. So dangerously dry fuels, low humidity values, 50 to 60 mile an hour potential winds that could spell a big issue for us here if we do see any fires start. Strong gusts then rush through canyons as we see the Feather River Canyon seeing the main impact from that, and then that could cause any fires that do start to spread rapidly. So we're going to be watching that very closely throughout the day. Stick with us right here on Action News Now for the coverage you can count on. Satellite and radar showing clear skies overhead right now. We're seeing high pressure building in. You can see this arc in the clouds indicating that very large ridge of high pressure impacting the west coast. High means dry. That's what we have in store for us over the next several days. And getting a look at your hyperlocal futurecast as we zoom on in. Mostly just sunny today. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine as well. We'll start to see a couple of clouds brushing across the region as we head into the weekend. And then by late Saturday into Sunday, we start to see a cooler system passing through to our north. That's going to result in a modest drop in temperatures on the way by Sunday. And then as we see high pressure building back in, another round of gusty north winds moving into northern California. That brings more elevated fire danger for the latter part of your weekend. Today, temperatures hot this afternoon, mid to high 80s. That's around 10 to 15 degrees above average for the valley, mid 70s to low 80s in the foothills, mostly 70s in the mountains this afternoon. And ahead in your Storm Tracker 7-day forecast where your weekend is always in view. 88 degrees with high fire danger across northern California today. Gusty winds and low humidity, the main driving factors. Winds start to diminish tonight. Not as high for fire danger tomorrow, but still a concern. So really need to continue to be cautious out there. Mid 80s with sunshine on Saturday, back down to the mid 70s, but windy on Sunday. That brings another high fire danger potential on the way for Sunday. Mild with mid 70s from the start to middle of next week. Redding 88 degrees with those gusty winds and low humidity values today. That's a big concern for fire danger. Fire danger not as high tomorrow, but still a concern with the lighter winds on the way. High 80s Friday, flirting with 90s in Redding. Mid 80s Saturday, then gusty north winds developing again on Sunday, bringing another impact from high fire danger on the way, but cooler temperatures as well, and it won't be as dry on Sunday. That's good news, but not great news with the gusty winds. Mid to high 70s, then returning with lighter winds from the start to middle of next week's forecast.